Hey, Wolf Soul Tribe, welcome in, beautiful souls. What is the universe clearing out for the beautiful mystical Wolf Soul Tribe collective? What is the universe clearing out your path right now, and what delayed blessing is finally coming in? Let's dive in to see what is also beginning to move towards you. Beautiful souls, thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for being subscribers here. And those of you that leave comments, drop that blue heart or wolf emoji. Let me know that you're here. Beautiful souls, thank you again for hitting the like button. Spirit angels, ancestors, all of the highest light and good, please come through for this beautiful collective. What is the universe clearing out of your path right now? And what delayed blessing is finally beginning to move towards you? Because Wolf Soul Tribe, wow, this reading is going to feel like I'm getting the energy of that something that has been emotionally heavy for a long time that is finally starting to shift. And for some of you, I'm hearing it took longer because it needed to leave correctly. There's this feeling of divine rearranging happening here. Some things are being removed, not to punish you, but because they generally just no longer fit the version of who you're becoming. So like the question we asked is, what no longer fits? Interesting cards that we have here. Justice and the Knight of Cups. And the thing is, what I'm picking up on here is emotional imbalance. For some of you, this absolutely could involve another water sign. Or why am I saying another water sign? Maybe I'm specifically talking to a water sign. Okay, so this could involve a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But more than anything, this feels like connections where feelings and actions stop matching, all right? Justice talks about that the universe is restoring balance, that some of you have been overextending emotionally, trying to understand someone's intentions, waiting for accountability, waiting for consistency, waiting for someone to emotionally meet you halfway. Now, the Knight of Cups clarifying feels like somebody who maybe had beautiful words, who emotional promises, romantic energy, maybe even genuine feelings, but something still stayed uneven. Now, what I'm also hearing is for some of you, this also could be your own emotional patterns. So maybe you are also a water sign like myself. I'm a Pisces. So maybe you've got water in your top three. It doesn't have to be, this is just energy, right? It's something about your own emotional patterns that just no longer fit. Constantly trying to keep the peace, constantly trying to emotionally fix situations, constantly maybe question yourself instead of trusting what your intuition already knows. What I'm hearing here is if it keeps confusing your spirit, it's not aligned. And Justice, Libra energy. So water placement or Libra energy could be significant, doesn't have to be, could just be extra confirmation for someone out there. So Justice doesn't just remove things randomly. It's in a major arcana, right? It removes what has become energetically unbalanced. And I think that some of you, many of you, whoever this is resonating, and I'm trusting that this video is finding the ones that it's meant to find, that you're realizing that just some situations were surviving on your emotional labor alone. Now, next thing is we're looking at is why it had to leave. The Nine of Pentacles, and I'm struggling to pick up these cards. All right, Nine of Pentacles, clarified here by the Eight of Wands as well as the Queen of Pentacles. All right, beautiful souls. This had to leave because your energy was being redirected towards yourself, I'm hearing. The Nine of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles is the energy that Spirit is saying that they're trying to guide this specific collective into stability, self-worth, confidence, independence, abundance, and peace. Especially around your, perhaps I'm hearing your emotional peace. Some of you were pouring energy into situations that distracted you from building your own life. your own confidence, your own foundation. Now, the thing is here with the Eight of Wands, it's telling me that things may suddenly start moving really quickly once this release fully happens. What's really interesting is that it's almost like the blockage wasn't necessarily your blessing. It was what was attached to you while the blessing was trying to arrive. So I'm hearing that your energy needed to become available for what's truly yours. Now, for some of you, this could really involve a career movement. All right. So, and I'm hearing money improvements for some. Some of you, it's relocation energy, fast communication, opportunities. I'm hearing online work for some of you. Or maybe it's even finally feeling emotionally grounded after the chaos. All right. There's also the strong message here about that the universe needed you to stop settling for emotionally inconsistent energy before bringing in something that is a little bit more stable. $98 could be a significant number for some of you, or 9s and 8s. That's actually what I'm hearing here is the synchronicity of 9s and 8s. You might have been seeing 9s and 8s. It doesn't necessarily mean together, but seeing that synchronicity. So collective, what we're diving in here next is what you couldn't see before. And we have the Four of Swords, clarified by the Tower, and as well as the Queen of Wands. All right, me being clumsy trying to pick up these cards. All right, so I feel like with the Four of Swords here, it's like a pause that was to protect you. This pause was protected you. Okay, protection. And I know some of you have been really frustrated with regarding to delays, all right, on certain things. You know, that silence, standstills, things just wasn't moving when you wanted to do them and wanted them to. And this could have actually been a period over, like, let's say, call it estimated 6 months plus, all right, maybe some of you less, maybe 4 months. Some of you, all right, take what resonates. It was for quite a while that this pause was happening. It was frustrating you. It wasn't moving as you wanted to. And the Four of Swords is just saying that Spirit initially slowed something down because there's a Tower moment that was either happening behind the scenes or needed to happen within you first. So either something had to happen behind the scenes or within you. Maybe it's both, all right? And honestly, I feel like many of you were protected from building your future on unstable foundations. Now, the Queen of Wands here is coming through after the Tower as a second clarifier, which is really powerful because it feels like this rediscovering of yourself after some sort of collapse, rebuilding your confidence after some sort of disappointments, reclaiming your voice, your fire, your identity. And yeah, so the Queen of Pentacles is air energy, all right? So why am I saying air energy? Earth energy, okay? Yes, air energy is very, very significant here with the sword energy coming through. But yeah, we do have water energy, we have earth energy, and we got fire energy. Earth, air, fire. And I don't know why I hit a block on the next. Earth, air, fire. And water. Okay, I'm hearing some of you blocked a water sign. Extra channeled message here. You're blocking someone that has strong water placements. You don't align with them. Okay, some of you have lost parts of yourself trying to maintain a situation that was draining you. But I'm also hearing here that whatever this delay was creating, the delay was creating the strongest version of you. It was meant to happen for the resilience within yourself. You need to be stronger. And the thing is, if certain things had worked out earlier, you may have also expected a little bit less than what you actually deserve now. Interesting. Let me know, beautiful souls, and thank you for hitting that like button. How is this energy playing out in your life? All right, so what I'm asking here is what has been delayed, right? And interesting that we have the wheel. So it's the wheel that, and clarified by the 10 of Wands, all right? This is huge. It's like the wheel tells me that the delayed blessing was connected to life shift. It was meant to be delayed. A turning point, a destiny, a movement, karmic change, divine timing. Something about divine timing. So whatever this is for you, it was meant to happen only at a certain time. Now, the 10 of Wands is talking about that many of you have been carrying the emotional exhaustion of responsibilities, grief, pressure, burnout, or it could even be that spiritual heaviness for so long that it almost became normal for you, all right? It's like, when that survival mode becomes normal, right? But it's not normal. And because it's not normal, the blessing may have... Okay, hold up. Let me take a step back. So Spirit is now saying that the blessing may have felt delayed because maybe you were still carrying too much of the old cycle, all right? You're not ready, you're not used to for that pauses to happen, all right? And what also Spirit is saying is you don't have to drag the survival mode into your next chapter, okay? Because it's not normal for you also to feel the heaviness of this, whatever this was for you, okay? It's not right. And that's why justice is coming in, the wheels have coming in here. And some of you, this delayed blessing could involve, some of you it's your stability, some of you it's love, some of you it's financial relief, okay? Sometimes some of you you've been struggling really hard regarding financially, some of you have been looking for the one or the right person, some of you it's just regarding in general stability, whatever that means for you. Some of you've been wanting to move for a very long time or change areas, locations, right? Some of you have been trying to heal for a long time. And some of you is maybe just a reconciliation with yourself, all right? Aligning within yourself again. Some of you have been out of alignment. What's also finally entering is a season where things don't feel so heavy all the time. It feels like this karmic movement that is happening after stagnation. If you feel called to share with us what is this that has been delayed, was it... maybe you were out of alignment with yourself. Maybe is it a relocation, a big move that you're trying to make? Is it finances? Were you struggling financially, looking for a job that pays more, or maybe waiting for that promotion? Or some of you maybe have been single for a long time, waiting to align with the right person that just matches your frequency, the right companion. All right, so let us know in the comments, beautiful souls. Maybe your story might just help somebody else out. And what is shifting right now for you is we do have the 4 of Wands as well as the 5 of Wands. Very interesting because there's a conflict leaving your foundation. There's some sort of conflict. 45 could be a significant number for some of you. The 4 of Wands is beautiful because it does talk about the stability, the alignment, the celebration, the peace, the home energy, supportive connections, the milestones, that kind of energy, right? But clarified by the 5 of Wands, it's like Spirit is actively clearing out the drama, the competition, the confusion, the inner conflict, the chaos energy that's the chaotic energy, they're removing it away from your environment, that chaotic energy. And some of you, there actually may be a bit of tension around this transition. There may have been tension, or you might still be getting the tension. All right, so these kind of readings that I'm doing, these collectives, they are timeless. So this could be your past, it could be your present situation, it could be your future. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't force anything, but keep an open mind, all right? And take everything always with a pinch of salt. So what I'm hearing here is there was tension around this transition, especially when the old energies realize that they no longer have access to you in the same way. But the important thing is that the conflict is not the final destination. The conflict is actually what is clearing this process. So I also feel like some of you are internally battling between your old self and also your new self. The one part of you still expects that disappointment to come through or to happen, all right? While the other part of you is finally starting to believe that actually better things are really possible. So how to align with the incoming blessing, all right? We got the Two of Swords with the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Star and we have the Six of Cups. So what I do feel like what Spirit is saying here is that they're asking actually to stop reopening doors that already broke you, right? If someone showed you who they are, believe them, all right? So Two of Swords, Ten of Swords together, it feels like some sort of denial finally that's ending, all right? So, I'm hearing also something about a painful truth that is being acknowledged, accepting what something really was instead of what you hoped it would become. And I know that's easier said than done. But with this a beautiful star that's coming through here this is beautiful healing energy, right? It says that hope is returning, that your spirit is recovering, your light is returning after a difficult cycle. And here with the Six of Cups as well, it tells me that a part of your alignment is reconnecting with yourself again, a softer self, right? Your softer self, your creative self, your peaceful self, the version of you that before the survival mode consumed everything. Some of you, there may also be some sort of healing around the past. This could be childhood wounds, it could be nostalgia, it could be emotional memories. What I'm also hearing here is that healing is what opened the door now, not the chasing, all right? And here we have the outcome, which is very interesting that we have the Five of Cups, but we did get clarifiers out so we can get more info here on the situation, all right? The world as well as death. All right. Deep transformation that's happening. Five of Cups is the energy of grief connected to what's ending. Some of you are still emotionally processing the losses, the disappointments, the things that didn't unfold the way you thought they would have unfolded, all right? The world and death, all right, it's like that major life cycle that is busy closing, that profound transformation, an ending that creates the entirely different chapter. The world is talking about that completion. Death is saying that rebirth. So together this feels like finally leaving behind a version of your life that just no longer reflects who you are becoming. And honestly, my wolf souls, this reading feels like that feels less like a small shift, all right, and more like a soul level transition. So I'm actually hearing here that you're not being sent backwards. You're actually being moved forward, but differently. And some of you won't even recognize your life from a year from now. I mean, if you think about where you were last year this time and where you are now, it's different. Interesting. We have diving into the oracles just to get some final cards out here. And the card that just fell on the floor now is Renora and Spark. So we're diving into what Spirit wants you to trust right now. And I'm hearing trust the renewal, trust the spark that is coming in. But let's get another card out here. Spirit, angels, ancestors, all the highest light and good for this beautiful collective that is still here and that this message is resonating with. All right. Spirit, what does their spirit need to trust right now? What does this collective wolf soul need to trust right now? Contracts, career, commitment. Until debt tear us apart. Saturn. Release, surrender, purge. And what is trying to find them? What is trying to find this collective right now? Interesting. Memories and nostalgia. Tell us more about that, please, Spirit. One more card. Self-worth and expectations. Wolf souls, I feel like Spirit's really emphasizing what's happening right now, which is not random. It really feels like a deep energetic reset here with this renewal spark. Immediately, what I'm actually hearing here is your spirit is waking back up again. Some of you really have been emotionally exhausted for so long that maybe you forgot what excitement is, what passion is, what inspiration is, or even what hope felt like. But what Spirit's also showing here is the reigniting inside this collective, the spark that is returning, the motivation that is returning, life force energy is returning. And what's really interesting is what's happening after this release is death. Until death does us apart. And what I'm hearing is death. Okay? Tear us apart. That's what I heard there. Instead of death, I heard death. Careers, contract, career and commitments. Saturn energy as well. Alright? And it feels very karmic. Like the Saturn energy does not play around, right? The Saturn energy teaches through lessons, the responsibilities, endings, timing, discipline, karmic contracts. And I feel like what Spirit is saying here, that this collective to trust I feel like Spirit wants this collective to trust that certain commitments, soul contracts, jobs, relationships, and long-standing cycles had to either transform completely or end. Some of you are holding on to situations simply because of history, loyalty, obligations, or because maybe you invested so much time emotionally into them. So what I'm also hearing as what Spirit is saying is longevity does not always mean alignment. All right. We have release here, surrender and purge. It's like this waterfall wedding dress that she's like wearing, right? So this is confirmation, I feel like, that the universe is asking this collective to stop gripping so tightly onto what's already trying to leave. Because every time that you surrender something misaligned, you make actually space for that renewal energy over there that is trying to come in. I'm also picking up that some of you have been purging emotionally, spiritually, mentally, maybe even physically through your environment, friendships, habits, people around you, belief systems, all right? And what Spirit also wants you to trust is that the clearing process is not ruining your life, right? It's actually restructuring it. What we're looking at here is what is trying to find you, memories and nostalgia here, all right? And I feel like this is a very emotional, that some of you, this could absolutely involve some sort of soul connections, past memories, resurfacing, emotional reflections, maybe part of yourself that is returning after being buried underneath stress and survival mode. But honestly, this doesn't feel like Spirit wanting you to go backwards, all right? It's more like Spirit wants you to remember who you were before the disappointment hardened you. And what I'm hearing is, that your softness was never weakness. And because, we do have that self-worth and expectation, all right? And I feel this is powerful. The reason why I'm saying is, I think that what's truly trying to find you, beautiful soul, is an entirely new standard for what you accept, all right? Not begging, not chasing, not overgiving, not proving your value, but genuinely understanding your worth. Some of you are entering a season where your expectations are changing because you are changing. And because of that, people, opportunities, and experiences are entering your life also that will start beginning to change, all right? You're no longer energetically available for the bare minimum energy. And the underlining energy, let's have a look here, all right? Let me show you, that's showing that I saw now, fade and beliefs, all right? And I feel like this ties the whole reading beautiful together. Because what here Spirit is saying is that your beliefs have been shaping what you thought you deserved. And now that fate is trying to move you towards something bigger. But first, your mindset, your standards, and your self-worth need to evolve. This actually feels like a destiny meeting healing halfway. So we'll soul chart. If this reading feels like, this reading feels like the universe is closing one chapter while quietly preparing another one behind the scenes. And I know that endings can feel heavy while you're inside them. But what Spirit also is showing here is that some of you are leaving some of what's leaving was just never meant to follow you into this next season. So this isn't just about loss, it's about alignment, that some of you are about to look back months from now, next year this time, and realize and finally understand why certain things fell apart the way they did. So beautiful souls, if this reading resonated or helped you in a sort of way, brought you some sort of clarity, let me know below in the comments, perhaps even which part spoke to you the most. As always, I love reading your stories and connecting with this beautiful soul tribe. And thank you for liking the video, leaving a comment, being subscribers. And yeah, until next time, all souls, protect your energy, trust divine timing, and remember, what is truly meant for you will never require you to abandon yourself to receive. And beautiful souls, as you can see, the monthly June readings are going up, so do check them out. The first section will be a channeled astrology spiritual message, and the second part will be the full Celtic cross reading. So the messages are a bit long, so timestamps are there in those videos. So do check them out, beautiful souls. Let me know in the comments. I'm sending you all love and light. And if you would like a personal reading, we do have the details in the description box. Love and light, beautiful.